Welcome to the Peeew. This is a very special episode. This is like a People's Choice episode, right?
Yes, after all this bitching on our Peeew channel, we've decided to respond to the request for questions.
So
what is
the takeaway here? The more you bitch, the more
you'll know.
The more we will listen. The louder you complain, the more you get your way. So,
what kind of lesson is that?
We have just a ton of questions here. We've had a team of slaves going through and picking out the best questions, and they have been working nonstop. And these are up to date. These are up to the second. They just brought these to us. They just sent them down to the tubes, and here they are. And well, we're gonna get started right now. This bitch wants to know. Stephanie Blackburn wants to know. According to Party Monster Film, was Gitsy my girlfriend, or did I ever have sex with girls? Gitsy was not my girlfriend. In fact,
which doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't have sex with her.
Well, no, it doesn't. But in fact, it probably means the opposite. But and
in fact, you may have had sex with her and not even remember having had sex with her.
That's probably the case,
given your state back then.
The character of Gitsy in the movie was not actually Gitsy. It was more of Jenny, and it was a mix of Gitsy and Jenny. But it was, I think, more Jenny. And they used
which we'll call Gypsy.
Yes, Gypsy, the Gypsy. They used her. They used that character for purely cynical reasons because Gitsy died, and so they figured that it would tug on the heartstrings of America. So
and it worked.
And it works. So those heartstrings have been tugged on. But yes, it was mostly Jenny.
So did you have sex with Jenny?
Did I have sex with Jenny?
Also, might not be able to remember.
There's
a lot of nudity.
We shared a romantic kiss one night at Save the Robots, and we were both very surprised at the level of romance in the kiss, and surprised, shocked, and embarrassed, and later turning the other way and walked away. But yeah, that happened. Now,
well, that's not sex.
No. Cynthia Nicole wants to know who the hell does our PR? Because we could really clean up with the right people behind us. And Cynthia Nicole thinks that person is Cynthia Nicole. So Cynthia Nicole, we are going to reach out to you, and you are going to make us big celebrities. Or we are going to humiliate you on a future episode of The Peeew.
So, yeah, so far we've been using the PR agency Unseen and Not Heard.
Oh, yeah.
And,
hot new property.
Right. They're really underground. Yeah. And the problem with Unseen and Not Heard is that they're difficult to work with. And they don't return phone calls.
It's how all those underground, trendy, they're just impossible. They're not going to, the flash and pan, not going to last. Now, Jessica O'Neill 3 wants to know, what was Leigh Bowery like? And did we ever party with him?
We did party with him. I certainly did.
Yes, we had him over at our house.
Yeah, he came over our house a few times for dinner parties. We did drugs together. We went to Miami together once, I remember. Remember that crazy trip to Miami where we almost got arrested?
Yes.
Yet another trip where we almost
party in the alleyway. But I will remember him always for the argument that we got into the last time that I saw him. He was complaining about, it was expensive bringing him over, and we had 4 clubs, so I would separate the fee of bringing him over into 4 parcels so that each club would only have a fourth of the burden.
The expense.
Yeah. And so he would stay for 4 days and have a party at Limelight one night, then Tunnel the next night, and USA the next night later. And on his way home, he said he thanked me, but hoped that the next time he came over, I wouldn't make him crawl to Limelight for a quarter and run over to Palladium for a nickel, and then race over to USA for a dime, and And
what were those dimes?
Well, they were probably like $1,500 each. So
Wow, so you paid him $1,500 to show up at a party for 2 hours, and he thought you were slaving him?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that trip, he collected $6,000 from going to 4 parties.
Well,
and he
but
complained
that was for him. It was for him and Pearl.
To death.
Pearl was there too, and so Pearl got something, I'm sure.
So
$60.
So Leigh got 5,000 and Pearl got 1,000.
Yeah.
And they felt were overworked, underpaid.
Yes.
Well, I loved Leigh. He was, the thing about Leigh is that you never knew when he was serious and when he was not serious.
Oh, he was serious that time.
Are you sure he was serious?
Yeah, he was not. He was complaining about it. I could tell after the first day when he only got a quarter of his money, I could tell that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
Well, I mean, did he really make that much money in London and other places where
no,
he would show up at parties?
I don't think he did.
And they would pay him $6,000.
I think it's one of those things where he was a lot more famous outside, or a lot more valuable outside of London, because he was probably a little bit overexposed in London.
And really, where besides New York did he do these appearances?
New York.
I mean, that's
and
it.
Where and let's whittle it down. Yes, let's whittle it down a little bit more. And in New York, where besides my parties did he get?
Like, he didn't. Nobody paid him to fly to New York and to appear at parties besides you.
Oh,
the nerve.
The nerve of him.
No, I loved Leigh. He was so much fun, and he never said no. Like, it didn't matter what drug you offered him.
I loved that. I loved that. The night of Keoki's birthday party, I remember he had this intricate kind of costume on, and he with like a hole in his face to put a straw in for a drink, and then he had another hole in his nose to put a straw in for drugs. And I remember giving him ecstasy up that straw. Bitches want to. Christine,
powdered ecstasy, presumably, or did he snort a pill?
No, it was powdered ecstasy. Christine Collins wants to know if we've heard Peter Presta's new house song. Michael Alig has returned, and if so, did I like it? I did hear. And who's Peter Presta? Peter Presta is a DJ that was around at the Limelight time, and I did hear the song, and I liked it. It was he made the song without even having spoken to me. It was something I think David and your husband and I stumbled upon one day.
Right? Didn't he come over our house?
Mm-hmm. Because of that song, we contacted him after that song.
Yeah, I wasn't there that night for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing him there.
We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back to the Peeew, to the special People's Choice
Peewer's
Choice episode. Geronimo Zapata 1 wants to know if we are still close with Richie Rich. Now, that's a trick question. Because
we are close. He's only like 10 miles away.
The question is, are you still close? So it's kind of like, are you still beating your wife question? Okay, never mind. Yes, no, okay.
So you're saying you were never close? You're saying you were never close with Richie?
I mean, obviously, I was.
Then why are you laughing so heartily?
Your mascara is off. So, tell us about how are you still close with him? You just saw him the other day.
Well, I would just not say that I was ever close to him. Like, we were friends from the club scene, so I saw him the other day, and he greeted me warmly and gave me his phone number.
Warmly?
Warmly, yes. And then I immediately lost it, which to my regret. So presumably, if I see him at Suzanne's party next Tuesday, I'm going to get the number again. And this time, I'm putting it in my phone versus writing it down.
I think I should go.
I was too high to punch it into the phone when I saw him, so it's like I thought, I'll write it down, and then I lost it.
I think I'll go maybe I'll go with you to Suzanne's party.
I'll meet you there. He's always late. I mean, he'll be like an hour late. That's
the next question is Cashfax wants to know, if I come to New York, could you guys teach me how to be sociable? I have very underdeveloped social skills owing to a lonely childhood. How much would you charge? I need help with conversation, self-esteem, humor, interacting with crowds, meeting new people, etc. Could you provide a skills workshop?
Well, I have done workshops in the past. not about this particular topic.
What kind of workshops have you done in the past?
I've done workshops on journalism. I've done workshops to other reporters on how to get information out of City Hall.
Well, we used to do workshops. The club every fall we would do the Clubland 101, where we would teach the new college kids coming in how to get free drinks and how to get on the guest list, and what is a drink ticket? Who are the people that you need to sleep with?
Basically, how to destroy club life by expecting everything for free.
At my birthday party last week, I was shocked. I had a dinner party early that you didn't go to, but everybody came to the dinner party expecting to pay for dinner. And of course,
times have changed.
Of course, Jahan was only too happy to hand out a bill. And I said, no, you're not going to hand out a bill. And he's like, they're willing to pay and you're going to stop them from paying? He said, what kind of lesson are you teaching them? And I said, this is a dinner party. They were invited to a dinner party. I'm not going to make them pay to go to a dinner party.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sylvie brought a chocolate mousse cake from Kaiser.
Oh, I love Maison Kaiser.
Yeah, very good.
I was just there on Wednesday night at Maison Kaiser.
Gosh, it was good. Oh,
it's a cat. Maison Kaiser is a chain of French.
Is it a chain?
Yes, it's a chain of French bakeries and cafes in New York City, and they make the best croissants.
I think I don't like them as much now. I didn't know there was more than one.
Well, it's based on Maison Kaiser in Paris, so there's like a.
Well, it's different if there's one in Paris and one in New York.
I think there's more than one in Paris. I think it's a chain in Paris and it's a chain in New York. They have at least 5 locations in Manhattan.
They're Jews, right? It's Jews. Kaiser.
I don't know. Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Well, it's a German name, yeah.
Yeah, but they're French.
Well.
Well, no, because the Jews have good always have
good taste,
good delicatessen, good.
It's not a delicatessen.
No, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
What does Jews?
What's a German? What
does Jews have to do with French pastry?
What's the German word for coffee shop, like konditorei?
Okay, well, never crossed my mind, but their croissants are delicious.
Yeah,
as are their desserts. And I had a croque madame
on
Wednesday night.
What's a croque madame?
A croque madame. It's basically like a grilled cheese ham sandwich with a fried egg on top and bechamel sauce. It's delicious.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
It's very rich, very good.
It sounds very rich.
It's very French.
I could taste the eggs in the chocolate mousse cake. Like really, it was that rich. It was like they must have put like 100 eggs.
You can taste the egg on the croque madame because it's right on top.
Right on top. Well, and that's the end of that. The Peeweer's Choice show.
See you next time.
Bye.